Hello and welcome to Nano, or no, to Ultimate Sports Media Fix. Sorry, I am a little off on the naming of my show today, but excuse the background if you hear anything. Um, but I'm on here, as you see in the title, it's Nanosecond Sports Fix, RESN, which is Rock Entertainment Sports Network, uh, in partnership with Gray Media, Rock Entertainment, which is owned by Cavs owner Dan Gilbert, and also Cleveland Charge and Cleveland Monsters owner, same person, Dan Gilbert. Um, they are combining to start a sports network where right now it's all minor league teams and high school, because of just at this point there's no major league teams with open media rights till the end of this baseball season, which is September 29th. Again, excuse the background if you hear anything. So September 29th is when the next media rights for the Cleveland Guardians come up. And then after the 24-25 basketball season, they will be up with the Cavs. The Cavs media rights will be available for the taking. So, to me, it will be very interesting. I've been saying this for a while that they should, somebody should start a sports network, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say I think this should be the um what am I trying to say? The first step toward multiple sports networks, because I know uh channel WEWS 5 in Cleveland is a Scripps network, and Scripps has been talking about launching a sports wing to their company. Well, to me, this episode is a lot of opinions, not fact, other than the minor league teams and high school teams on Rock Entertainment. But I think Scripps would be smart to partner with the Haslams because they've had a ton of TV experience in the, well, with Dee Haslam working for Travel Channel and their son-in-law working for CBS in production for a while. So I would have thought it would have been Haslam to start a sports network with Scripps. But back to the topic at hand, which is the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. So right now, they only really have Cleveland sports. Uh, it'll be interesting to see with Bally that what happens with in the case of the rights deals with both the Cavs and Guardians, and if Bally goes out, what's going to go with the Columbus Blue Jackets? That's another thing where Scripps might want to try to figure out something in partnership with Haslam's, because they can put the Columbus Crew and the Columbus Blue Jackets, they could co-own a station or bring in a third-party company to do that. Because I know Scripps doesn't have a Columbus outlet, but I know also their ABC affiliate picks up Browns preseason games. So I think they can partner up with all three Haslam Sports Group scripts and the ABC. I forget who owns the ABC affiliate down in Columbus, but like they could all team up. But back to Rock Entertainment, which is the main side of this video. It's interesting to see what programming they're going to put on because they're not going to have enough archive right off the bat to just do reruns of shows. So I'm wondering, and it's highly possible that they could simulcast a local radio talk show morning drive or have their own, which in that case I'd be highly interested to see who they would have hosting that. They would have to have somebody that's a huge. Sorry if I'm looking down, I'm just sharing this video. But the they would have to have somebody who's known doing the show. Somebody, I don't know, like Bruce Drennan or Chuck Coletti. There's a bunch of other people out there that could do a show to cover Cleveland sports, but I mean, or even bring in Michael Regai and Kenny Rhoda. They've done work together. There's so many people they could bring in, or even have Mark Schwab, who works for Channel 19 here in Cleveland, that also has done talk shows before, have him come in and host. So there's unbelievable amount of people that could be a part, or even Mike Chico Borman. Like, there's a bunch of people. Again, speculation. I have to make this clear because I'm not about to get in trouble for reporting something that's just giving my opinion. But I am going to say I've been saying this for a while. Sorry, my camera is off center a little bit. I just noticed that. I've been saying this for a while that there needs to be a new regional sports network that is like Monumental or Marquee in Washington or Chicago, where it's just specifically only in that market, where, or Nesson or Yes in New York, or Boston and New York. But then I've also heard there could be chances that the Nesson expands to Philadelphia, I believe. Because the owners of Nesson also own the Flyers, which is the NHL team. And if I'm wrong and anybody gets deep enough into this video to hear me say that, please correct me. But as far as I know, the Nesson could also be broadcasting the Philadelphia Flyers in the coming years. I mean, I think it's a good idea to like have more regionalized networks than specific, like regionally owned versus corporate based, because the corporate based system has failed and failed miserably. By corporate based, I mean Diamond Sports. And I'm not ripping Diamond, but they kind of put themselves in a bad situation by acquiring the old Fox Sports regionals from Disney, who acquired them from Fox Sports. But which technically Diamond is just a subsidiary of Sinclair Media. So, and just saying here in Cleveland, it'll be interesting because like with beginning of baseball season and end of basketball season overlapping, the if the Guardians and Cavs both by 2026 end up on, or no, sorry, by 2025-26 basketball season, so October of 25, that if they end up combining, then, or they end up picking up, right, sorry, I stumbled there. But they both, Rock Entertainment would run into a little bit of an issue with both Guardians and Cavs being on their network. Where, interesting connection here, Gray Media last year near the end of the season signed a contract with the Cavs with WUAB, Channel 43, to air like 7-8 games. So if they expand that contract, I would think that it'll become a WUAB would become a good. I mean, they are already going to be a sister station because they're part owned by Gray Media, but they would be a good secondary station if both of those teams do sign with the Gray Media and Rock Entertainment. So, I don't know. And I think my idea with Haslam would be a good idea with them starting a network, or even my thought being that when even with WEWS 5, which is Scripps, being the home of the Browns for preseason and Browns owned programming, I kind of have a little bit of a theory that because Bally's was never owned by Scripps, and so Scripps will Scripps could subcontract content out to Gray and do something that way, where Gray slash RESM will. Did I say M? I mean N. RESN. Sorry for the Freudian slip there, but would be able to run preseason game replays and some of Brown's programming that would not be able to fit. Like, personally, I know this is an opinion and stuff, but I think there should be a call-in show for the Browns post-game on TV, because I know Gray Media with Tailgate 19, they have a post-game, but they're not capable of taking calls at this exact moment, I don't think. And so, and also, I should say not so, but also they are some of the time, because of programming like other games or stuff that has to be put on WUAB because contractual stuff, contractual reasons. There's some weeks that tailgate post game isn't on, so which I don't, which I think would be great way for Rock Entertainment Sports to be able to just pick that up full time and run a post game and be able to get fan reaction, unlike where they're fit in a hour time block and they have to get everything. I don't think they're allowed to run the press conferences live. So they have to get the feed sent in to them and run the coaches press conference and player press conferences after the fact, because they don't, I know they don't have the rights. I think that's how it works, that they have to run it secondary when it's not live. But Rock Entertainment actually is the first person or first group that actually followed my theory that I've had for a while, which I said earlier in the video. And I'm going to cut the video after this, so I'm not repeating myself a lot. But they are the first group locally since Sportstime Ohio to have a independently owned network. But unlike Sportstime Ohio and the Dolans, this Rock Entertainment Sports Group has the money to put into it, to back it. Because Rock Entertainment, with it owned by Dan Gilbert, and him being a multi-billionaire, if he can finance it right and have the right production team, he can make this thing super successful. And it's smart right now to run it like they are. I know minor league sports, especially hockey and D-League basketball, aren't the most popular thing out there, but and then amateur baseball with Lake Erie Crushers, but it's smart because they could get their broadcasts right and be able to get it to high quality and then bring the Major League, sorry. I keep saying sorry, but my mind goes blank right as I'm talking. So if people want to make that a meme, well, okay, whatever. So, but they actually, being the first local company to start their own network, was probably the best move they could have made. And partnering with Gray, obviously, who's had a long time in the media. Hold on, I'm gonna specifically get how long they've been in the television industry. That doesn't help me. I'm trying to look for their history. Not. They used to be a publishing. They started off in Georgia in 1954. So they have. Sorry, I'm just trying to do the math in my head. Over 65 years, roughly, of TV experience and broadcasting history. So, and they've already started with other teams, uh, like Gray Media in Phoenix, Arizona, had the Phoenix Mercury, the WNBA team, Mercury, not Mercury, sorry, horrible, but and the Phoenix Suns. They got both rights from Bally, so they've been running games for over a year now. But it'll be interesting to see again what programming they are, because Bally's definitely went downhill with just filler programming. And I wouldn't say downhill, but I think using subcontracting the um some programming slots instead of producing their own programming. Not saying that who they're subcontracting out isn't good, because it is, but I think the days of call-in shows on TV need to come back. It's great to listen to the hosts, but it's also great to get your opinion heard and, be able to banter back and forth with the host. Because, yeah, you can get a host and a producer talking back and forth, but that's not the same. It really isn't. I I just hope they heed the idea of producing their own local talk shows and bring the idea of local TV talk shows, like, it's to a point, like ESPN does with Unsportsmanlike, other than it actually be produced as a TV show, not a radio show that they're putting on TV. But I mean, Unsportsmanlike gets great ratings. So if they were to simulcast the Ken Carman show with Anthony Lima and do something like that, that would make a lot of sense, and probably, obviously, here in Cleveland, get a lot of views. And RESN will also have content subcontracted out from the Gray Media affiliate in Cincinnati when it doesn't have Cleveland related stuff on. They'll have subcontracted games, high school games from Cincinnati, but or subleased, not subcontracted. Okay, subleased content. So, and then they could sublease a, local talk show. Actually, that gives me an idea that I'm not going to share. That they could, well, okay, I'll share. Theory here. They could sublease programming with another certain sports station here in Cleveland and run the morning show from from RESN to that local radio station, or vice versa. What? Oh, sorry. I got thrown off. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have to say. Oh, yeah. Rock Entertainment Sports will be launching sometime in August. And within that, I will probably make another video just talking about my opinion of the programming so far. But other than that, have a great day, everybody, and thanks for tuning in.